And now I'm cheesing my way back to you, Van.
And
With a
RamJam.
burning cheese inside. Time to talk pack
That
and a
seemed
little bit about the Niners.
that seemed a little more enthusiastic than last week.
Come on, man. I was
I
feeling
wonder
it.
why. Maybe it's because we won against the 49ers, 34-17. And, I mean, unless you watched last week or last episode, you probably know. We have RamJam here. He's probably sitting right here below me. Not really sure how this is going to turn out with the edit. Say what up. Say hi.
What up?
Neat. I'm sorry, I'm an ass. I want to throw some stats out there because I'm a stats guy, engineer, sure. This is the first time that a team has traveled 2 time zones on a Thursday night for a Thursday night game and won.
What?
Now, granted, they flew the same day. They touched down at a handful of hours before the game. So
Is
they flew
that
the same day.
Is that the new thing to do?
I guess.
Is that better than being there for a few days and getting acclimated?
I think so. Like, it's less exposure, right?
I think they were waiting to see if the game was still on because of everything going on.
A little bit of that too, but I know the Packers have been traveling late. There's that. Also related, Packers had lost 7 straight games previous on the same weekend as daylight savings. Busted that streak. I don't know. People pull weird streaks out of anywhere. Boy. After this, Rodgers and Brady are the only 2 quarterbacks ever through the first 8 games of the season to throw 24 touchdowns and 2 picks or less. Last time it was done was Brady's 30-touchdown campaign in 2007 when they went 16-0.
Damn.
Aaron Rodgers is 75 touchdowns and 8 interceptions in the past 40 games. Davante Adams is the first receiver in the Super Bowl era to have 600 yards, 50 receptions, and 8 touchdowns in the first 8 games, and he's only played in like 6 of them.
Davante Adams is the real deal. I mean, this week...
Davante Adams is self-proclaimed. It's fair to say he's the best receiver in the NFL.
All right, first off, you say self-proclaimed. Hold on. You say self-proclaimed like it elevates it. Like I could self-proclaim myself to be the greatest podcaster of all time. Self-proclaimed. Deal with it.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't
hold on. Actually,
it was as
I
humble
might be the best podcaster all time on the Cheezy podcast.
Hey, man.
I'm just kidding.
He said it in the most humble way possible, right? Somebody asked him, do you think you're the best wide receiver in the league? And he said, I think that's fair to say. I think that's not being conceited. That's just being confident. I think obviously what I've done and what I'm going to continue to do is going to prove that to anybody who is not on board with that.
Yeah.
Second player in NFL history to record 3 games of 10 catches, 150 yards, and a touchdown in a single season, joining Calvin Johnson.
Wow.
The Lions were 0-3 in those games, by the way. Fucking Lions. Oh, boy. Finishing up the stats here.
I'm looking at some stats.
That was it. That was
Davante Adams, 10 receptions, 173 yards, a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers ends up with 4 touchdowns. Aaron Jones is the leading rusher, but only 58 yards on 15 carries.
Yeah, he had a bum calf, though, too.
Yeah.
So, RamJam, what records did the 49ers break?
I think it was their worst home loss in a while or ever.
Really?
I don't know. It was.
I
usually don't. When there's that kind of stats, I usually don't look to see what they are.
It makes me sad. I feel like it might have been most number of COVID precautions taken without canceling a game.
For real, there were a lot of players that were either injured or on the COVID list. It was bad. Speaking of,
jeez,
it's pretty funny. Oh, sorry. One more stat that I thought was excellent. Prior to that game, and RamJam, you know how much that Cheezy and I love Marquez Valdez-Scantling, MVS, our receiver in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Prior to this game, MVS had only caught 47% of his targets on the season, second lowest among qualified receivers.
Damn, that's so bad.
But then comes up with a fucking 60-yard touchdown for no reason. No, granted, it got dropped into his breadbasket, and when that ball went up long, I was like, oh boy. long pass. And then I see the camera like keep panning and it's MVS, and I was like, no, drop it.
But then, just when you thought he wouldn't, he did. But let me ask you this, RamJam. Let me set you up for a little bit of positivity. Tell me about Richie James and the day he had.
Yeah, so coming back off an injury, being the guy with between other injuries and COVID, and it was really cool to see. And between COVID and injuries, we should have all of our receivers back. I'm hoping by the Saints game. So I'm hoping they'll get him a little more involved, and that's just going to add to the weapons that they have, make things a little bit easier for now Nick Mullins. So it was
is it the Nick Mullins show? You don't think they're going to give the keys over to Broussard?
I was wondering if they were going to. Everything I'm seeing or hearing from Kyle Shanahan is they're sticking with Nick Mullins. I don't know how long that'll last. If keep having games like last week, but for now, it looks that way.
I mean, I don't think he played especially bad.
22 for 35, 291.
Only one touchdown, pick, right? One pick. Yeah, I don't think it was bad.
I mean, it's not good. It's just not bad. I mean, that's the kind of stat line you can win a game with if your running game is working.
Yeah. And your defense is working.
And
we were able to do it against the Rams where our running game was working. We kept Jared Goff off the field, and they just methodically worked their way down the field. Quick passes. Aaron Donald only touched Jimmy G once. No sacks. Wow. Pretty much irrelevant the whole game. So that and I was hoping that was the only chance I thought we would have of even coming close to pulling it off against the Packers was getting the running game going, keeping Aaron Rodgers off the field as much as possible, because otherwise,
I don't even know who your running back was. I don't think he got called that often.
McKinnon?
Yeah, Jerry McKinnon and our undrafted rookie off the practice squad, Jermichael Hasty.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats right now. San Francisco only had the ball out of a 60-minute game 23-30. Green Bay 36-30. I mean, that is a tall order for your defense to have to give up, to defend 2/3 of the game.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you got somebody like Aaron Rodgers, right? And our pass rush is what played a huge factor last year, right?
Yeah.
Getting in Aaron Rodgers' face, keeping him off balance, not in rhythm. And we just
Nick Bosa's still hurt.
Yeah, he's ACL gone for the season. D Ford has a back injury. I'd be surprised if he comes back. And in the offseason, we traded away DeForest Buckner to the Colts.
Wow.
And
I was looking at this, like the time of possession seems so skewed towards the Packers, but then I looked at the number of first downs, and it's not as many of a difference as I thought. Green Bay with 21 first downs, San Francisco with 17.
I mean, we just held on to the ball. We've been, this year in particular, we've been chewing the clock up.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you're San Francisco, you're playing from behind. You're gonna have a lot more stoppage of the clock, throwing the ball a lot, and
yeah, I'm guessing a lot of those first downs, not a lot of them, but some of them were on the those last two drives where they managed to get some points at the end. But
speaking of that last drive that you guys score a touchdown on with 5 seconds left, first off, that was kind of weird, right? Because that like killed the over/under for a lot of people. And Joe Buck actually made, which I hate those two, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, but Joe Buck actually alluded to that on TV. He was like, well, this touchdown made a lot of people unhappy because that was the betting line that killed the over/under for a lot of people. But it did win me a T-shirt. More to come on that. But it won me a T-shirt because I correctly guessed the score of the game.
You're welcome.
Because I know you RamJam. I know you in particular has something to do with it.
It's the butterfly thing.
Not the 49ers organization, you in particular.
I thought RamJam was the 49ers organization.
I mean, in our hearts, he is. You know what was really strange though? Like, and this has been one of those constants throughout the COVID season. Has been, a big play happens and silence in the stadiums. It was very strange, in particular at Levi Stadium, because it's the Packers 49ers. It's a big game, hot, usually really highly contested, like, two powerhouse teams. But like, it was not one of those things where, like, Devontae Adams had an awesome like toe tap catch on the sidelines, kind of catch, and just like, okay, that was it.
Just a little
Nothing.
bit that fake pumped in crowd noise.
70 decibels or whatever. That was ridiculous.
19 more decibels.
Here's another fun stat I found. Through middle of the third quarter, Devontae Adams had more yards himself than the entire San Francisco offense.
Damn.
Devontae Adams is so good.
I don't know. So, RamJam, if you're looking at San Francisco, what do they build on from this week? Is there anything you hang on to other than Richie James, which I'm trying to give you trying to throw you a bone here.
Yeah, we've got the Saints and then bye week. I'm not sure what's going to happen against the Saints, but going forward, I think we're going to get healthier, which we can't get much unhealthier than we are now.
Well, I mean,
they might have to give RamJam a call to start catching some balls. If you get a phone call from the 49ers organization, you go catch those footballs.
I saw you wearing a Jerry Rice jersey. Do you have any of his ability?
I'm tall.
I'm a human.
I mean,
not that fast, but I'm tall.
That's right. Hired. You're hired league minimum. Here's a helmet that's too big for your head. Enjoy.
Put me on a plane.
Get in there.
Oh, hell. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention this in the news this week, but one more fun stat I found out about, and this, don't shake your head at me, Cheezy. This one ties into the NFC West. The Seahawks are currently on pace to be the worst defense in NFL history by 1,000 yards.
Damn.
The current worst defense in NFL history was the 2011 Packers defense that gave up almost 4,800 yards over the season. The current Seahawks defense is projected to give up like 5,800 minus 4 yards, like almost 1,000 yards more, and they're still 6-2.
So Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf, as long as he's in the league, that dude is gonna get paid. I heard somebody calling him Megatron the other day. I was like, damn, isn't it a little soon?
Yes, it is too soon. I feel bad for that guy though.
Calvin Johnson?
Yeah. In the way you feel bad for Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Excellent player, shitty organization. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. RamJam, do you have any final words? Any final I don't know. I don't want to say like not apologies isn't the right word. Any final
Do you have any way of shining up the turd that was
like
the 49ers performance?
How do we shine a light on this?
The only thing I can say is it's still early in the season. So
no, it's not. We're midway. It's not early. Come on.
I mean, given their record, they're 4-5. We'll see.
that is the good news to send it off on. Is the we'll see.
But I will say, looking back on last year, getting so close to win that Super Bowl, it just really shows when you get to that Super Bowl, you've got to take advantage and win it, because you never know what's going to happen next year.
It's all, and you know what too, and you guys can come out next week and spank the Saints. It is truly a week-to-week league.
It is. And the COVID just puts a bigger question mark on all of it.
Absolutely.
And then too, we'll see what happens. The NFL has talked about, we've already got 7 playoff teams on each side this year, right? I've heard talk they might expand that to 8, depending on if, maybe some teams can't finish the season based on COVID, whatever. Yeah. And then you got more of a chance.
Honestly, I'm about that.
I'm not about that. Come on. That's the
best.
Fast sidebar. The reason why the NFL, the 16 games is perfect is because each game is important. When you get to like the MLB and you've got 162 games, you get to the NBA, you got 84 games, you can drop a game. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. Like, I lost one on a Tuesday. Who cares? When half the teams get into the playoffs, whatever. You can get into the playoffs with a losing record all the time. The fact that there's only a handful of games, only a handful of spots to get into the playoffs makes everything so much more important and critical and everything better. Don't water down the product. Don't water it down.
It's already 6 teams. So it gives 2 teams buys. I mean, if you bump it up to 8, just no buys. It does almost
then
nothing.
Literally half the league gets in. What's the point? Like,
yeah, the top half of the league gets in. Winner take all. What are you, scared?
I want less than that. You have to be better than average to get into the playoffs. Yeah.
The 16th team is just above average.
You have to be better than just above average. You have to be at least B+ work.
You just made that shit up.
I know.
It compensates for the NFC East division winner hogging up one of the spots.
That is bullshit, though. You know what I'd be down with? I would be down with the NFL potentially being like, all right, records, like, fuck it. No, conferences doesn't matter. Like, let's just go by overall record.
Oh, for a second I thought you were going to say, let's do a full-on kumite. Like, do you know what that term means? That is where everybody is in, fight to the death. It's just like, fuck it. Everyone's in. We play till everyone's eliminated. Then there's a Super Bowl.
I mean, that would probably take literally an entire season left. I mean, isn't it the point of a season to begin with?
No, because, I mean, it would go – so how many weeks would it be? 1 week of all the teams, 1 week of half the teams, a quarter, an eighth, a 16th, 5 weeks. Because the 16th would be 2 teams. That's only 2 weeks longer than the fucking playoffs that are projected right now.
And then you can have you can have like a 1-in-15 team sneak their way into the Super Bowl somehow.
I doubt it, but
it's a week-to-week league, man. It's not about how many games it's about when you get hot.
We're talking about 5
and that's another
games.
thing too, RamJam. That's another thing too. It's about when you get hot, and you guys will hit something in December, and you guys will catapult in the playoffs. I'm trying to give you a little hope.
Yep, that the expanded playoff definitely favors us. If we can get healthy, get on a hot streak, sneak in, we might be the team that nobody wants to play.
I mean, for sure, the NFC West is the best division in the NFC. So,
yeah, that's right.
Oh, I mean, but you got the Bucs and the Saints though too, in the South.
I was thinking about them. Yeah,
the Bears are a sham for us.
Fuck it, we're way over time. That's the Packers section.
/49ers.
/49ers section. RamJam, 10 seconds, close it out.
Well, I think it's only fair that you let me back on the show last year when the Niners beat the Packers. So I had to return the favor and accept your offer to come on here.
I see.
Even though we got stomped. So thank you.
Glad you could be here.
Anytime.
Bye.
Bye.